What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to take a look at Infestation and how to beat it. There is a new combo that showed up in the community recently that allows you to destroy this team, and that means that you can use that combo instead rather than using the teams like Nowhere or Gamma or Infinity Watch against Infestation. We're going to break down all the information that you need to know in order to perform this counter. We're going to take a look at which characters you are going to use in order to do this as easy as possible. And I'm going to give my special change to it just to change it up a little bit, because the way it was like released on the community, it's okay, but I think it can be done better if you know exactly what you are doing. So we're gonna break down all the information so you need to know. I didn't came up with this strategy, by the way. I don't know the origin. The first person that told me about this was Shaftmaster from my alliance. I have seen other people talking about this as well. So I don't know the origin. If you guys know the origin, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Anyway, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, let's go. Let's get started. Let's see how we can smash these bugs or squash these bugs. Okay, so Infestation is a very powerful team on Alliance Wars defense, probably top 3 right now. And they have less than a handful of counters. One of those counters is going to be Infinity Watch, but it's only on massive punch downs, and your Infinity Watch needs to be like decently big, and when I mean big is like Gear Tier 16 or Gear Tier 17. Then you can also counter them with Gamma. Once again, it has to be on a punch down. Your Gamma needs to be quite big. And then you have the hard counter, which is Nowhere. Nowhere, if you stun Spider-Man big time, is going to get easily destroyed. He's not going to be able to do his ultimate, so you should be able to stop this team right away. But right now, we need the Nowhere team to use against other teams like New Avengers, and because of that, we cannot afford to use Nowhere against Infestation. On top of that, it has become more common than before, like 1 month ago, that Spider-Man big time is going to get some gear investment because of his value in Arena until you unlock a Super Scroll. And even after Super Scroll, he might still hold some value in Arena. And because of all of that, this is still a team that people have to pay a little bit attention to, because it might become more and more common as people increase on difficulties on the Gamma rates 4.5, and also, like I said, depending on how the arena meta changes. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at this new counter that you can use against them, why they work, what you need to focus on in order for them to work, and how to execute. Okay, so here we are. This is the team that I'm going to present to you today. The original team was Kang, 2099, Spider-Weaver, Hawkeye and Yo-Yo. That was the original team, but I think if you put Spider-Man Noir on this team, the team is going to be a lot better. Yo-Yo is actually not important as well. You can use Yo-Yo, Hawkeye, you can use Daredevil. All you have to do is to use fast characters, so whenever Spider-Man big time attacks you, he applies the blind to those faster characters, which is part of his ultimate ability. But guess what? Even that does not matter. If your team is big enough, if you know exactly how to execute this strategy, then you don't even need Hawkeye or Yo-Yo to be part of the situation, as long as, of course, you have the team at a decent size. So we're going to use Kang, Spider-Weaver, we're going to use Yo-Yo, we're going to use Spider-Man Noir, and we're going to use Spider-Man 2099. The ISO weight on Spider-Weaver, forget about it. The healer ISO weight is just because I was doing Dark Dimension 6. I usually use her as a striker. You can also use her as a skirmisher. One way or another, it's good to go. So this is the team that we are going to use. In terms of position, the position does not really matter, because we have the Spider-Weaver charges to protect us. And the ISO 8 Kang should be a striker as always, especially because you are going to use his basic quite often. Beyond that, Skirmisher on 2099 is always good. And Spider-Man Noir, I like to use him as a skirmisher, but he can also be a raider or as a striker, depending on what you are trying to do with him. Okay, so here we are right now on Alliance Wars practice. We are going to do around 150k punch up. So yes, this team can punch up. Even that, it's a little bit misleading because Yo-Yo is not going to be as big as the other characters, and that's a little bit deceiving in terms of power. But as long as you have your Kang as big as possible, and we have the Spider Weaver and also the Spider-Man 2099 within the ranges that are considered normal, which is Gear Tier 16 or Gear Tier 17, then we are going to be good to go. Once again, forget about the ISO weight on Spider Weaver, it doesn't really matter. As I mentioned before, I usually use her as a striker. Okay, so what is going to happen with this team and why I prefer Spider-Man Noir here over Hawkeye or Yo-Yo? It's because he's much faster. Because of all the buffs that the enemies are having, you are going to get massive amounts of turn bar with the Spider-Man Noir. We are going to start off, we can start off with his special or with his ultimate. The difference is that you're going to get more speed bar with a special early on, because all the enemies have immunity, and this will allow you to apply vulnerability to the enemies. Okay, now, very important, you never want to attack Spider-Man big time. You always want to use the basic of your characters, because that allows you to get additional speed bar, and that extra speed bar on Kang is extremely important. Okay, so you're gonna smash this guy out of the way. We attack Black Widow, but it doesn't matter what are the secondary characters that we attack. And now, once again, we are going to attack the enemies without attacking Spider-Man big time. So because Black Widow is in stealth, you have to attack or swarm with the basic or use the ultimate on Ant-Man, and we are going to do just that. Okay, as you can see, we did massive amount of damage to the enemies. Now we are going to apply vulnerability to some of these mofos. I'm going to prioritize Black Widow because Swarm has a lot of dodge chance, so you might want to leave him for last. And here we go. We're going to clear those negative effects away. We are going to attack Spider-Man big time, and because of that, he's going to give speed bar to everyone, so we have to be careful with that. And now with our girl Spider Weaver, if I had the proper ISO weight, which is striker, I would use her ultimate and she would be able to finish off Black Widow, which is not a big deal here. Okay, Yo-Yo is blinded, so once again we are going to attack one character that is not Spider-Man big time. So we can go for Swarm or Ant-Man, it doesn't really matter. And now Swarm is going to attack us with his special and with his ultimate, but because of the Spider Weaver charges, it doesn't matter, we are protected from that. Okay, basic once again on Ant-Man with Kang. You want to use the basic as often as possible. I'm gonna risk it to apply basic on Swarm with Spider-Man Noir. You're going to use the basic over here, and now you're going to use the special with Spider Weaver. So even if you are not using Hawkeye and Yo-Yo, the Spider Weaver special is unavoidable. So guess what? You're going to kill them one way or another. Okay, so we are going to use, we can use the basic here, it doesn't really matter. There you go, that guy is gone. Black Widow is out of the stun. We're going to use the basic here just to remove her evade. That guy is gone, or that girl is gone, and now we're going to use the basic on Swarm, smash his face. There we go, isolate attack as well. This is why it's important to spare the vulnerabilities. And now guess what? Now there is only Spider-Man big time and there is nothing left. So as you can see, if you ignore Spider-Man big time for most time, and if you use fast characters, Spider Weaver with charges, and even Spider-Man Noir to apply multiple vulnerabilities to the enemies, then you're going to have a very easy time beating this team in Alliance Wars, and this is going to allow you to save your Nowhere or Gamma or anything else for other matches that you have in Alliance Wars. Okay, let's take a look at another match against a similar team, smaller in terms of size, but different in terms of position. And this time we're gonna do it fast mode. So you can see right away that it doesn't take a lot of time. And as soon as you get this going, the strategy, it's gonna be pretty easy. Okay, so once again, I like to use the special of Noir on Yellow Jacket. And then with Kang, we're gonna use the basic because it's going to get a bunch of speed bar from Black Widow, and then you are going to attack the enemies. So this time we got unlucky and Spider-Man big time went one turn before us, but that's fine. We are still going to be able to do it. That guy dies, that's fine. Yo-Yo is gonna die as well, probably. Okay, we still don't have the Striker Eyes await, but we should be able to finish Ant-Man, maybe? Okay, no. That's fine. We have 3 charges, so that's good enough. So even if the size of the team is a little bit different than you are expecting, you are still going to be able to do it fine, as long as you focus on what matters. Getting the charges on Spider-Weaver to absorb these attacks from Swarm, and then just ignore the Spider-Man big time, so you can attack the other enemies instead. Okay, so here Spider-Weaver is going before Kang, so you're going to use the special to finish off that Ant-Man. As I mentioned before, if you were in the situation where she had Striker Eyes await, then you just prioritize a different target, of course. She's gonna get speed up to everyone again. In this specific situation, you could go for Spider-Man big time. It doesn't really matter because he already used his ultimate and his special, so whatever he does, it doesn't matter much. What you want to do is just make sure that Swarm does not do his special and the ultimate multiple times, and then ruins your day. Okay, so here I'm going to use the special to get offense up. We're going to ability block him, but remember that Swarm flips positive effects into negative effects, and there you go, finally Kang with his ultimate destroying all of them. Okay guys, as you can see, this is an amazing counter against Infestation, and it's quite free-to-play friendly, as most of these characters are farmable, easily obtainable, or have been part of the meta for a very long time. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other counters against Infestation, and as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.